sorry, a lady with Nigerian heritage in London, unmarried at 31. Please explain to me if there were any challenges
Hey.
being you at that time.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot of, there was a lot of pressure, as you mentioned, by those factors. That's what you've just mentioned. Being Nigerian, it felt like the mentality was you are not complete until you are married. Hey, can you imagine? Like that was, and to a certain degree, sometimes you felt like that was the truth because that was all that you would hear. When you get married, when you get married, when you get married, I beg, please. And it started making me think, okay, why am I not married? Is it wrong that I'm not married right now? Is this what's defining me right now? That the fact that I'm not, this is what was going through, this is the years of, conversations that you would hear from different areas, whether it be, parents or aunties and uncles. When's your own turn?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of pressure. And then there was the element of me doing too much. That I should focus, I was at a place where I just wanted to strive to do well. I wanted to do a lot of things for myself. And it was kind of, in a sense, frowned upon that you shouldn't be doing these. You should be focused on getting married, forget all those things on the side. It's not important. Those things can come afterwards, if anything. So I wasn't, that wasn't my focus. My focus was to try to do well. And I felt like what I was doing was wrong. And then there was the element of, there was times where I felt like maybe I was being seen as being intimidating to guys because of the success that I had gone through, and I found myself not really speaking about what I was doing as for work, hiding certain things that I had accomplished for myself, like like, buying a property, having a nice car. Like
when did you buy your property?
When did I buy my property?
Age. Do you remember how old you were?
I was 20. Chai, it feels like so long ago. I was like 26, 27 when I bought my first property. And it was like, it was a massive achievement because I, saved my deposit straight, literally from the discipline from when I was a young age, saving, still saving through and paying through my courses, but at the same time still saving on the side as well. So it was a big accomplishment, but I felt like I couldn't speak about it as much as I would have liked to, because I felt like, there was this thing that made me think, okay, you're now intimidating. You can't tell anybody. They're going to think that they can't do anything for you, that you've done everything for yourself. Even when I had a car, like I had a decent car. I'll say it's a decent car. I would park it around the side, so nobody would see the car that was coming out of.
Wow.
So that it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of pressure. Yeah, I didn't want. It's unfortunate, but that was my mindset at the time. But we got through all of that.
Okay, cool. So let's stay here just a little bit longer. We need to dwell. So,
okay.
Because it's very important, because a lot of times I hear, obviously I've spoken to you for many years about the same subject. And one thing that's obviously consistent is that many women believe that, just like yourself, that they don't want to excel too much based on who they're around at that moment in time, in terms of friendship circles, how everybody else is doing. And then they kind of slow their roll and just diminish themselves. But I think, based on what you're saying and hearing what I always hear, and I think we had this conversation as well one time, it's just that the more you have, the greater value you're going to bring to your marriage. And the benefit is that if you are doing so well, you're going to attract people that want to do well if they haven't already done well. But if you now diminish yourself, you're now holding on for someone who's basically a loser, who you're now going to have to motivate and take care of for the rest of your life. So ladies, listen, make as much money as you can. Be the boss as in all things that you do. Never, ever wait for a guy or any culture to validate your level. If it means that you don't get married when everyone else gets married, no stress. But never ever waste your years trying to fulfill a role that is maybe not your time or your destiny. Maybe you have to be a CEO in order to be another CEO, because friends, birds of a feather flock together. But if you roll with these chickens, fam, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.